To bring all the plans I have just laid out to fruition, we will need more revenues. I will therefore make major enhancements to strengthen our tax structure. Where personal income tax is concerned, there is room for greater progressivity so that those who earn more contribute more. I will therefore increase the top marginal personal income tax, or PIT rate, with effect from the year of assessment 2024. The portion of chargeable income in excess of $500,000 up to $1 million will be taxed at 23%, while that in excess of $1 million will be taxed at 24%, both up from 22% today. This increase is expected to affect the top 1.2% of personal income taxpayers and will raise $170 million of additional tax revenue per year. Next, wealth taxes. This is an important part of the tax system. Apart from generating revenue, they also help to recirculate a portion of the wealth stock into our economy and in so doing mitigate social inequalities. Wealth taxes are therefore needed to build a fairer society where everyone can aspire to succeed regardless of their backgrounds. Currently, we tax wealth in several ways, through property tax, stamp duties, and the additional registration fee, or ARF, for motor vehicles. So the higher value the residential property or motor vehicle, the higher the tax rate. Ideally, we would want to tax the net wealth of individuals. But such a tax is not easy to implement effectively. Estimating wealth accurately and fairly is a more complex exercise than estimating incomes. Further, many forms of wealth are mobile. And as long as there are differences in wealth taxes across jurisdictions, such wealth can and will move. Singapore is not alone in facing such challenges. Countries like Germany, France, and Denmark have stopped levying taxes on individuals' net wealth. The number of OECD countries that levy net wealth taxes has dropped from 12 in 1990 to only 3 in 2020. And this is partly because of the difficulties in effectively implementing net wealth taxes. We will continue to study the experiences of other countries and explore options to tax wealth effectively. In the meantime, we will strengthen our current system of taxes. In particular, I will make several adjustments to property tax, which is currently our principal means of taxing wealth. I will increase the property tax rates for non-owner occupied residential properties, which includes investment properties. For such properties, I will increase the property tax rates from 10 to 20% currently, the current range, to 12 to 36%. All non-owner occupied residential properties will face higher property taxes, and the increase will be more significant for properties at the higher end. With these changes, a large non-owner occupied detached house in the central area with annual value, say, of $150,000, will see an annual property tax bill of about $43,000 per year. For owner-occupied residential properties, I will increase the property tax rates for the portion of annual value in excess of $30,000 from today's 4 to 16% to 6% to 32%. This increase will impact the top 7% of owner-occupied residential properties. The increase will be higher for properties at the top end. So to illustrate, with the same landed property with annual value of $150,000, if this is owner-occupied, the new property tax bill will be about $28,000 per year. The increases in property tax rates will be implemented in 2 steps, starting with the tax payable in 2023. When fully implemented, they will raise our property tax revenue by about $380 million per year. I will also tax luxury cars at a higher rate to make our vehicle tax system more progressive. I will introduce an additional ARF tier for cars at a rate of 220% for the portion of open market value in excess of $80,000. The new rates will apply to all cars registered with COEs obtained from the second COE bidding round this month. And the additional ARF is expected to generate an additional $50 million in revenue this year. Even with these offsets, some vulnerable households may require more support. These households with urgent needs can approach their citizens' consultative committees for assistance. And to further support vulnerable households, I will top up the CCC ComCare Fund by $5 million over 5 years. I will also provide a total of $12 million over 4 years to our self-help groups.